Hey guys, it's Vicky. Welcome back to another video. Hey friends, it's Vicky. It is a rainy summer day today. So yeah, it's a nice cozy day. I've got my tea and we're gonna be doing a fun little vintage inspired DIY in today's video. I'm super excited because I love doing DIYs on this channel. It's a sewing DIY. I mean, I've done other sewing videos, but this one's like really fun and I would say practical, easy to do. Hoping this inspires some of you guys to do the same, especially if you have old shirts in your closet that you want to get rid of or you want to make into something new and pretty. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I make a crop top or halter top, some people call it halter top, that were popular in the late 40s, early 1950s. These types of tops are perfect for the summer, which is here upon us. They look super cute. Seriously, I've always wanted one of these. I have something kind of similar, but not something like this exactly. So I was like, I have a lot of time, so why don't I just make it? So that's what I did. It requires no pattern. Ow, Jesus. Yeah. Evil corner, Jesus Christ. Ow, that really hurt. It requires no pattern. So if you're a beginner like me, hopefully that makes it a little bit easier for you too. And then it's upcycling. So yeah, taking something old and turning it to something new. So cheap because you don't have to spend on material because it's something you already have. All right, so I'm gonna stop chit-chatting now. Let's get down to business. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. All right, so you're gonna need a button-up shirt. I am using Mason's old button-up shirt that he was gonna throw out, and it's kind of big on me. So I would say that preferably something that fits you bigger, just because it gives you more material to work with, but something that's fitted can work just as fine too. And the very first thing that I'm gonna do is remove that pocket because we don't need it and it's gonna go bye-bye. So I'm just carefully removing the stitching so as to not damage the fabric. And then once it is removed, bye-bye, whoop. I'm going to quickly mark where I'm gonna cut my fabric, so at the chest here, because I don't need like this entire thing all the way up to the collar to work with. I just need like from the chest down. And then I'm moving on to cutting off the sleeves and saving those because I am gonna use them for later. After I've cut the sleeves off, I am cutting across the shirt from where I marked at the chest so that I could have my piece of fabric or shirt to work with. Now I'm taking the shirt and turning it upside down. The reason I did this is that for me at the chest area, the bust, I'm a little more full, so I just wanted more space to work with in order to take it in. And what I'm doing next is putting it on. And from what's going to be the top of the shirt, I'm going to fold in so that I know where I have to take it in. I was originally, as you can see here, going to make it into a heart-shaped kind of blouse. So a sweetheart neckline, but I actually ended up doing something else, but we'll talk about that later. This still stands. You're going to want to take in that neckline to know how much you should take it in at the top as well as at the bottom. And I also went ahead and pinned everything in place. Okay, so once I more or less knew where my hemline and neckline were gonna be, I was ready to take this baby in because the shirt does fit me big and it's looking a little like a potato sack. So I took my measurements across my chest, my bust, my waist, and my hips, and I basically marked where all of those measurements would fall onto the shirt. And after I marked all the lines, I then connected them. And I also added some darts to the front, so starting from where the highest point of your bust would be. I am such a child because I cannot say these words without giggling a little. But anyways, I did some darts. I'm not an expert on doing darts, so I won't go into the details, but I will leave a blog down below that gives you a really great explanation in case you're a newbie like me and you want to learn how to make them. But yeah, these are good to add, especially with these types of shirts, because they really add to the shaping. Oh, and I also added some to the back, but I did this later. But yeah, after I had taken everything in, I was ready to sew. And like I said, from the sides, you don't really have to take that in if this shirt is fitted, so one less step for you. But my shirt is baggy, so that's why I had to do it. Oh, and I'm not sure if that was clear, but at this point, I'm only sewing in the sides and those darts. Next, I cut off that extra fabric on the sides, and then I was ready to now really take in that neckline all around. I just went in and readjusted this based on how it fit me. And like I said earlier, I was gonna do a sweetheart neckline, but I ended up, I don't know, for some reason liking the way the bottom of the original shirt looked flipped out, like kind of like a little collar hanging at the front. Yeah, so I just did that. I measured it just to make sure it was even on both sides so it didn't look too lopsided. And I went with that. So I simply just flipped out my sweetheart neckline and went with this. I thought it was an extra fun detail. Once everything was sewn in, then I went in and did the hemline. It may seem like I'm doing this in pieces, like why not do the neckline and hemline at the same time, but just because I have no pattern, I'm really taking my time with each step because I want to make sure that it fits right and I'm not cutting too much or taking it in too much or too little. But yeah, for that hem, I followed your traditional process: press, fold, pin, press, and then sew everything in place. Almost done. For that very, very last part, you are going to take your sleeves, cut them open, and then cut out these long rectangular pieces that are going to be straps for the top of your top. I cut out 4 rectangles of fabric that were about 18 inches in length and 4 inches wide. They could have been a little less in terms of the width, but whatever, that's what I did. Then I folded them in half and I pinned in place, and then I sewed that. And I had my strap, which once it was sewn, I turned it inside out and I used a chopstick because chopsticks are great for turning things inside out. After I gave it a nice press, I repeated this until I had my 4 straps, which I then attached to the front and back of my blouse at the top. Sewed that in place, and then I was really done. Oh, and I guess this goes without saying, but these straps are to tie into bows. I think I never clarified that. And that's it! I love this blouse with all of my heart. Well, is it a blouse? It's a crop top, halter top, whatever it is that you want to call it. I love tying it to the sides like you see here. Very cute and dainty. And perfect for summer looks. Oh, and this is how it looks like all the way down, but I'm not really gonna wear it like this unless I'm wearing it maybe with like pants, but even then I like tucking my shirts in. Okay, this is the final top. I gotta say that I am super happy with how it turned out. A really fun and easy little DIY because it's just like, I feel like it's so straightforward and practical. And yeah, this was a shirt that was Mason's and now it's mine, and I've made it something new that I can wear really cute for some summer vintage styles. Oh, I need to tie this one up a little more. Obviously, as always, it has its little imperfections, as I am of course still learning, but I think it's honestly like pretty foolproof. You can get creative up here or up here. You can make it as a halter or do like a different type of fold. Like, it's up to you. The options are endless. Could have made it a little bit shorter, but I kind of like it longer because if I want to wear it with pants or something, I don't want the sticking out, you know, the longa. And like I said, you can also do it like off the shoulder if you want to be a little bit more like, ooh, sexy, yeah, showing some shoulder. I like that you don't have to do the buttons for this, but for this shirt specifically, I don't know, there's a little bit of space right there. You can't really see it, but I guess it's not too bad, but I would prefer to have more buttons. So maybe later, since we have so much time right now, I might go and add some buttons in between since I have extra buttons from the shirt. Yeah, what else? That's it. I hope this inspires you guys. I know a lot of us are cleaning out our closets right now, getting rid of things. There's some stuff that we're gonna donate, or some stuff that you may be like, oh, maybe it's not worth donating. So this is what you can do with it. If you do decide to make it, wishing you some happy sewing. Hope everyone is doing all right. As always, sending you a really big virtual hug wherever it is that you are in the world. Remember that I love you. And I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye.